So there are a lot of new details surrounding the Charlie Kirk assassination, and this is much bigger. We now have a Discord server. We now have multiple. Um, I can't even think of the word. Um, Multiple people involved, and this is very interesting, man. This is definitely something that we all will be looking at, and I hope everybody involved with this sees a prison cell. I hope they see solitary confinement. If I truly have my way, they would never interact with another living creature on this planet again, but that is not in my power. We'll read this here. Charlie Kirk's alleged killer is not cooperating with authorities and has not confessed to carrying out the attack. Utah Governor Spencer Cox has told U.S. media suspect Tyler Robinson was taken into custody some 33 hours after Kirk, a 31-year-old right-wing activist, was shot dead in Orem on Wednesday. Speaking to ABC News, Cox, a Republican, said people around Mr. Robinson had been cooperating with the investigations. Cox appeared on various U.S. news outlets on Sunday morning, where he also reiterated concerns regarding social media in the aftermath of Kirk's death. The governor was also asked about a New York Times report alleging Mr. Robinson had spoken to others after the shooting via the Discord messaging platform, which Discord already came out and said they will not hand over any information. They're gonna be scrubbed by the FBI. Even if you delete your servers, they're gonna find them. Allegations that he joked about being the gunman. Cox told ABC News, "All we can confirm is that those conversations definitely were happening, and they did not believe it was actually him. It was all joking until he admitted that it was actually him." Mr. Robinson was arrested on Thursday night after surrendering to police. Kirk was speaking at Utah Valley University at an open air event held by Turning Point USA, the organization that he co founded, when he was shot and killed. The event was part of the American Comeback Tour, which was a speaking engagement that took into several college campuses throughout the U.S. Cox previously told the Wall Street Journal that Mr. Robinson, a Utah native, was deeply indoctrinated with leftist ideology. The whole thing about him being a registered Republican, his family being a registered Republican, stop that shit. Stop that shit. You're fucking pathetic. Pat Kolinsky, you're an absolute scum piece of shit. I don't care if that gets us body video delisted. I could skip right through your fucking smirk when you made your fucking reaction to this man being shot and his two kids having to live with that video. Fuck you, man. Fuck you. I would be saying, I don't care what side you are on, you are a piece of shit. When questioned on it during CNN's State of the Union program on Sunday, he said the information was offered by the suspect's friends and family. There's so much more that we're learning and so much we will learn, he explained, adding that when official charges are filed, there will be much more evidence and information available then. The governor said those cooperating with authorities is Mr. was also his partner. So, again, the transgender themselves, I don't care. Good for them. Not trying to attack them. I'm glad they're cooperating. He said the partner did not have any knowledge about the alleged attack, had been incredibly cooperative, and was working with investigators right now. He also confirmed that the partner was currently transitioning from male to female. While when asked by CNN, uh, said the authorities do not yet know if this is relevant to the investigation. An affidavit from the state of Utah confirms that Mr. Robinson was arrested on suspicion of the crimes of aggravated murder, felony to discharge a firearm, and obstruction of justice. He is currently being held without bail at Utah County Jail. We're interviewing all kinds of people, everyone that knows him, and trying to learn more about what the motive actually was. Following Kirk's death, Cox has been prominent in calling for unity in a bid to ease political tensions and has made repeated comments criticizing social media. He previously called social media a cancer, which 100% it is. It is, and it has always been. And told CNN that U.S. had to get phones out of the classroom. They do. They do. This generation is controlled by them. And better efforts to hold platform owners to account. He called Kirk's shooting a direct assault on America and said Americans needed to look in the mirror and decide, are we going to try and make it better or are we going to try and make it worse? Kirk's widow, Erica, on Saturday gave a tearful address in which she thanked first responders for the efforts and vowed that her husband's wish will remain. A memorial service will be held on September 21st at the 60,000 seat State Farm Stadium in Arizona, the state where Kirk lived with his wife and two children. Kirk and controversial figures in U.S. political discourse. Um, was one of the most high-profile right-wing activists in the U.S. and trusted ally of U.S. President Donald Trump. Turning Point USA aimed to spread conservative ideals about um, spread conservative ideals at liberal-leaning U.S. colleges and played a key role in getting people to vote for Trump and other Republican candidates last year. Kirk was a strong supporter of gun rights, vehemently opposed abortion, was critical of transgender rights, and promoted false claims about COVID-19. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up about COVID-19. Well, what false claim? What false claim? The false claim that the vaccine did nothing? That the whole of themselves, the WEF, or not WEF, all of these organizations came out a year later saying, yeah, that they weren't effective at all. Sorry, still get your booster shots. You're supposed to be on your 15th shot. Are you? Glad I never got that shit. His supporters said he was relatable and understood their concerns, but his views drew fierce liberal criticism, with his detractors saying his rhetoric hurt people, especially those in the LGBT community. Well, at least he didn't shoot them. At least he didn't shoot them in a public setting. Um, but yeah, we then have this video from the body language guy. I'm gonna play a little of this video for you, and then I want to do a video on Diego Lopez and the UFC Norte last night. But let's look at everything this guy brings up in this video.
Receipts. This is just disgusting. The level of details, all the details that are coming out. Breaking: another far left trans account had prior knowledge of Charlie's assassination. That's now 6 transgenders that had prior knowledge of the murder. As of the recording of this video, is more than 20 that people are counting online. 20. Where is the FBI?
20. So you have 20 people, bragging on X. You guys really don't get how, like, digital footprints work. Everything that you discuss on the internet, it's gonna be around forever. And, trust me, as somebody who has had friends who has had their phones tapped by random people on their internet, DDoS. I've had all these things doxed, These people are fucking deranged. They are deranged. And I do not care what demographic they are. These people need to go to prison.
This account tweeted, "You guys, I have something big coming soon. Just be sure to check the news. You will know it when you see it. Wink." And then another chud bites the dust after Charlie Kirk had been murdered. This is baffling. The day after Charlie Kirk was assassinated, a Discord acquaintance of Tyler Robinson recognized him in the FBI photos, tagging the alleged killer's username with WYA. I don't know how to pronounce that. Robinson replied within a minute. His doppelganger was trying to get me in trouble, according to the New York Times. Another user jokingly wrote, "Tyler killed Charlie." As per the New York Times, another user suggested that the group could turn Mr. Robinson in and get the 100,000 reward that the FBI was offering. "Only if I get a cut," Mr. Robinson responded. Someone posted, "Whatever you do, don't go to a McDonald's anytime soon," a reference to the arrest of Luigi Mangione. Robinson jokingly wrote, "Better..."
Oh my fucking god, my generation is so stupid. It's beyond. It's beyond me, man. It's beyond me. Like, why is it like it's something about people my age? It's like I'm gonna commit a crime. Let me put it on the internet. Really, dude. This only gets worse. It only gets worse. I don't know how much of this video I'm gonna share with you. Um, but yeah.
Better also get rid of this manifesto and exact copy rifle I have lying around. And I'm actually Charlie Kirk wanted to get out of politics, so I faked my death and now I can live out of my dream life in Kansas. All of this was going on in those Discord channels. So you cannot tell me that this was not in direct reference to the assassination. Maybe it was not planned because it had already happened. But this is so on the nose. And of course, they felt that they were completely safe by this. Multiple trans people in the area posted on September 9th that something big will be happening to Charlie Kirk tomorrow. This is just baffling.
It is. It's domestic terrorism. And again, only I would say a handful of these people will go down the far left ideology, really, really know what they believe. And you can say the same thing about Republicans my age, right? But dude, again, anti fascism, even though everything they stand for is a fascist sentiment. These people don't go outside. They have never had actual human connection, any kind of human connection whatsoever. If you put them in any realm, in any social situation, they would crumble. They will never amount to anything because they do nothing but sit on the internet, sit on Discord, in their mom's basement. I am in a basement, but I rent out my suite. And I make my own food. Well, my mom does bring over food. But I make 90% of my meals. Let's continue, though.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have 20 accomplices after the fact of Charlie Kirk's murder, aiding and abetting Tyler Robinson. We need to demand all these folks be arrested. They had a moral responsibility to call the police and chose not to. In fact, Robinson appeared to revel in the attention, exchanging meme-laced jabs with acquaintances while authorities scrambled to find the person responsible. Yeah, and then so many accounts that have been already screenshotted acting like they knew what was going to happen. How did they know is everyone's question. Also, a transgender that Tyler Robinson's boyfriend follows on TikTok celebrating Charlie's murder. This person goes by this handle on TikTok. Were they involved? POV, Charlie Kirk watching the video of his wife getting cracked, and the guy is following the killer. Again, this is the same records on X. You can still, I think that you can still spot them on X, or go to archive. Laura Loomer makes a very good point. How much do you want to bet? We are going to find out there is a trans terror cell that groomed Tyler Robinson and possibly even provided him with a gun to kill.
You know, I can tell you that. I can tell you that, man. I can tell you that, being that I have so many people I know my own age who are so fucking radicalized, even people that are older than me, who are very, very intelligent people, are brainwashed by all of this bullshit by the media. That anybody that disagrees with them is a Nazi. Anybody who disagrees with them are, coming after them, coming after their rights and that. No, that's why I hate politics, because it's all by design. They're all friends at the top. They've all been friends for decades. And they switch on these political issues every 10 years so that people vote for different parties and they're more active around politics. That's truly what it is. And ultimately, the ones that truly decide who will run the world are a select handful of people that we will never know. But let's watch these geniuses, these revolutionists, you know, get away. Like, I can see the smirk on their fucking faces when they're writing this shit.
Charlie, it would make sense. You go, you look for a very, very, this background, conservative background. You groom him into doing this, and that is the perfect front to the attack. It seems like this was very premeditated. There are literally shooting clubs now where trannies meet up to learn how to shoot rifles, and they wear shirts that say "Kill fascists" and the Second Amendment is for shooting cops. They are training for war. It's very dangerous. Who provided him with?
I mean, again, like, not trying to make light of the situation, but like, again, I want to say, this is the first time that majority of these people are leaving the house. That's the issue. They're leaving the issue for they leave their homes for only this. They're 24 hours a day sucked into the culture war. And they're fucking losers. I'm gonna continue to call them losers. You know, I know they were using like hell divers catchphrases and that. If you guys become Earth's defenders, man, we're fucked. We're fucked. If truly, if my life is in the hands of somebody who is 80 pounds, soaking fucking wet, put me out of my misery. Put me out of my fucking misery immediately. I will take my chances with God right there.
The rifle he used to kill Charlie Kirk? That's another question. And that's why I told you that this court is trying to shake this off so they are not affected in any way. This court tells TMZ they have investigated Tyler Robinson's account and found no evidence of Robinson planning the incident or promoting violence. I'm pretty sure that FBI is on that. In the course of our investigation, we identified a Discord account associated with a suspect, but have found no evidence that the suspect planned this incident or promoted violence on Discord. I don't know, I have my doubts. Cernovich says, I guarantee the FBI
Exactly.
was in that Discord server, and that's why we won't get it before it's been scrubbed. Well, but at the same time, Republicans could easily subpoena Discord for all of the information. I'm not sure if this law applies to Discord. It does, but it says that internet services are required to keep records for at least 7 years. So the leads on
Which I would be subpoenaed, honestly. If you put me in charge, you tell me we can do whatever we want. I am subpoenaing all of these media companies, all these news networks, all of these social media companies over what they have done over the last 10 years. The radicalization, the censorship, you know, the fact that you go on Instagram now and the third video you see, somebody's dying, right? I will be going after this, but again, it's all by design, right? This is all by design. It's all meant to get us riled up and look at, you know, the different things at play instead of the main issue.
on front end and employee back end should be soft deletes. The records are still there. Adam Townsend, Cernovich is right. Discord chat logs have to be opened up for public inspection, and any government agency or contractors that were participants have to be identified. Should already have happened. Feels like they want to distract, and this is one reason for the obvious psyop. Why are they taking so long for this? Because this could be instant. Literally instant, especially with the tools that are right now to be able to track thousands of logs like in a matter of minutes.
Alright, I'm gonna leave the rest of this for you to watch. But like, the last thing I want to say here is like, alright, so all these fucking idiots find us on Discord. They're gonna get those servers. They're gonna get those messages. And I think that Discord absolutely should face consequence for trying to hide it. I'm all about, you know, internet uh, internet. Uh, you know what I'm trying to say. I hate all of these, you know, bills going on, being passed around the world, where the government is taking control of the internet. I vehemently disagree with it. I've been heavily critical about Bill C-64, Bill C-14, all these stupid fucking bills that we have up in Canada that restrict, you know, what we see on the internet, what we're allowed to say on the internet. But I think that goes away now. The last thing I want to talk about, and I'm not gonna spend too much time on it, I started looking into what was going on in Nepal. You guys don't know, they actually elected their leader on Discord. Yeah, awfully weird. All these things are going on in their platform. Almost like you should look into Discord beyond this Charlie Kirk situation. Um, but people my age, maybe your age, took over the country and literally had an election on Discord where they elected this woman. Let me know if you want me to talk about that one. Again, it's I feel compelled to talk about this situation with Charlie Kirk because dude, dude's in a similar position as a lot of my friends and family people I know, right? And I think the radicalization now is insane. I think everything is a psyop now, and I don't think people work at the right thing. So, again, just wanted to say my piece. I'm gonna go film my video on UFC Noche, but again, man, get off social media, go outside, be a human being. Don't just be a fucking robot like these absolute losers who can't amount to anything in the real world. That's what I got though.